How's it going, guys? And welcome back to another party. We are still here in the past of Yuri Sensei. Well, she's not a sensei yet. She's 17, still a high schooler.
ある日の放課後、私は職員室に呼び出された。何かヘマをやったのかとか、成績が志望校に及ばないとか、そういう悪いことを言われるんじゃないかってビクビクしてたんだけど、私の予想に反して呼び出された要件はとてもいいものだった。
うちの学園からはライバルはいなさそうだから、このまま頑張れば推薦してやるぞ。
だってなんかやる気出てきちゃった。この調子で頑張らないとね。それにしてもゴミ箱ってどうしてこんなに重たいんだろう。ゴミ捨て場まで持っていくのも一苦労だよ。
なあ。
え？突然声をかけられてゴミ箱を抱えたまま振り返る。それは今まで話したことのない男子生徒。
Wait, he looks familiar.
でも見かけたことなら何度もある。彼は7組の三國司くんだ。
Oh, Tsukasa, the last
足元
name.
根っこが出てるから気をつけな。
Or is it the first name? I'm confused again.
あー
Isn't he from the picture I use at the end of the episode? Like this one?
ちょっとそこ笑うとこ？
だってよ。
Hardly have to press anything. I'm just gonna put down my
そ
PSP
こは
there.
さ、大丈夫かとか聞いてくれたって。
悪い悪い。
あ、いいよ、そんな手が汚れるよ。
別にいいよ、そんくらい。笑った詫びに手伝う。
ありがとう。
うん。これで全部拾い終えたか？
I guess this is explained who Tsukasa is.
もう大丈夫。
じゃ、行くぞ。
Just a schoolmate.
え？あ、
Huh? I remember it well. Even now. This was my first time talking with Tsukasa, and he left a strong impression on me. I guess he's dreaming. She's dreaming of the past.
ごめん、重たいよね。
別に。
やっぱり自分で。
いいって。はい、終了。
ありがとう。助かったよ。
じゃあな。
あ、ちょっと待って。
あ？
俺させてよ。
いい女の。これくらいで。
いいからちょっと待っててね。友達が増えるというのは嬉しいし楽しい。その相手が三國司くんというのも嬉しかった。
Well, we can all see where this is
司くんの
going.
ことは実は少し気になっていたから。よいしょっと。
Most of the times I've seen Tsukasa before this were in the school courtyard. He spent a lot of time there sitting alone on a bench. Even after school or during summer vacation, if I happened to pass by, I would always see him there. Wait, isn't it the first time you've seen him? And after this little encounter, we're going to make many fond memories together. Yet somehow, the image of Tsukasa that stands out most in my mind is of him seated alone on that courtyard bench.
はい、どうぞ。コーヒー牛乳でよかった。
Coffee milk.
まあ、なんでもいいけど。サンキュー。
Coffee milk.
これは私からのお礼なんだから、黙って受け取ってくれればいいの。
義理がたいやつ。
walked to the bench together, sat down and began making small talk. That courtyard bench was a sort of mystical place. The leaves rustled over your head, and if you closed your eyes and opened your ears, it felt as though you were in the middle of some forest. And then, if you looked straight up, the sunlight poured in through the leaves, and you almost felt like you were in another world.
初めて座ったよ、このベンチ。
なかなかいいだろ
素敵な場所。
だよな。
あ、だからなの？
え？
この時間とか昼休みとかよくここにいるでしょ。
ああ。
この場所好きなんだね。
Oh, just
ま
lonely.
あね。
そっか。
The leaf rustled as a gentle breeze blew between us. We were both silent for a bit, but strangely, it didn't feel awkward or comfortable.
聞かないのか？
ね？
いつも一人で何してんだって。
この場所が好きだからいつもここにいるんだよね。
そうだけどさ。
他に何か理由があったりするの？
ないよ。
じゃあ聞く必要ないじゃない。
そうだけど、ほら普通聞くだろ。一人でそんなんつまらなくないかとか、意味わかんねえとか、変わってるなとか。
そんなこと思わなかったな。ここが好きなら一人でいたって別に変じゃないよね。
お前変わってるな。
え？
いや、そんな顔しなくても、今のは俺的褒め言葉だから。
変わってるが褒め言葉？
そうそう。
なんか納得いかないな。
More? The expression of Tsukasa's face was a dead giveaway that he really enjoyed talking to me. And I've always loved the feeling I get when I know my words help brighten someone's day. I must have been sporting one hell of a goofy smile at the moment. Hmm?
本当はさ、この学校でもっと好きな場所があるんだよ。
どんなところ？
秘密。とっておきだからな。
ってことはそこも超素敵な場所なんだよね。
あ
いいな。どこ？気になるよ。
ダメ。そう簡単には教えない。それに、いつでも見れるってもんじゃないんだ。そこの景色。
司くんは笑いながら紙パックのジュースを飲み干すとベンチから立ち上がった。そして目の前にあったゴミ箱をひょいっとつかみ、私を振り返る。
コーヒーをおごってもらったしな。ついでに教室まで運んでやるよ。
いいの？
ああ。
ありがとう。あ、私のクラスはね。
4組だろ？知ってるよ。
How does
シ
he
シド
know?
ユイっつったら有名だからな。
Oh, okay.
どうして？
今から先生みたいな女子がいるって、12クラス全部で有名だよ。
So she's famous without her knowing.
それから私と司くんは何度か中庭で会っては話をした。校舎の中ではすれ違ってもほとんど話すことがないのに、中庭では不思議と話が弾む。
あ、またお前コーヒー牛乳かよ。
コーヒー牛乳が。 coffee milk. That I
好
know.
きすぎだろコーヒー牛乳。
What you want?
そんなことないよ。
Chocolate milk? I would go for that.
1日に最低2本は飲んでるくせにか。
なんで知ってるの？
He's a stalker.
自販機でいつもそれ買ってるのここから見えるんだよ。ほらそっち見てみ。
本当だ。
昼休みも放課後もいつもシシドがコーヒー牛乳買ってるのバッチリ見てたからな。
そんなことを言ったら、私だって司くんがここのベンチに座ってるのいつも見てたよ。
いや知ってるけどなんでまた言う？
Why didn't they just make this as an anime?
お互い気になってたんだ
I
ね。
guess they're like animators to do that.
なんだそりゃ。
This
中庭での会話はたわいのないものがほとんどだった。教室で友達と繰り広げる会話みたいにあんまり中身がなくて、でもすごく楽しくて。この場所夏でも結構涼しいね。
夏とか言うな。
あれ？夏嫌い？
夏期講習が目前に迫ってたら誰でも嫌いになるだろ
まあね、私たち3年生だもんね。夏だからって遊んではいられないよね。
う。お前は随分と楽しそうだけどな。
私は夢に近づいてるって実感できて嬉しいよ。
ふん。
私ね、人に勉強を教えるの好きなんだ。頼られるのも好き。
なんで？
お姉さんになった感じがするからかな。ほら、私一人っ子だし。
ああ、うん。まあ頑張れば。
はすっごいどうでもよさそう。
だって人事だしな。
This
そんな
really
ことを言い
feels
ながらも
unimportant.
司くんはやっぱり優しかった。だって私の夢を笑ったりはしなかったから。先生になりたいって夢を話すと大抵の人は笑ったり茶化したりであんまり真剣に聞いてくれ
But
な
I
い。
guess it's nice to know some
だけど
backstory
司くんは一度も笑わなかったんだ。
of a character you rarely see in the previous game, actually. You don't see much of her. The season was quickly turning to autumn. Huh? After the school day ended, the senior floor was always a lot more quiet than its underclassmen counterparts. Everyone was off studying hard in the library or with tutors. So one day, thinking no one else was around, I sat down in a lonely corner of the hallway. Initially, I had grabbed my shoes and left the classroom, intending to head home, but along the way I just started crying. I was overwhelmed. My sobs echoed from one end of the hallway to the other.
この日、私は無事に志望校の推薦枠に入れてもらえることになった。
She didn't get in?
嬉しくて仕方がなかった私はすぐに友達に報告した。けれどいつもなら手放しで喜んでくれるその子が
Oh, what?
ふと表情を曇らせた。
私の前でそんなこと言うんだ。まだ私は夢も何も決まってないのに。
Oh, come on, don't be like that.
多分私はひどくショックを受けた顔になっていたのだと思う。巴はすぐにハッとしたように目を見開き慌てて謝ってくれた。だから私も笑って気にしてないよってそう言ったのだけれど気にしてないわけがない。巴の言葉と表情が鋭い針のようになって私の胸をつく。私考えなしだったのかな。他のみんなも同じこと思ってた。
I kept wiping the tears from my eyes, only only for new ones to take their place immediately. Now it gets interesting. The part where he's like having conversations with Tsukasa was really boring. It was boring. It felt unnecessary, but somehow needed. For, you know, who is this Tsukasa? I was like thinking, who was this Tsukasa person? Now that we know who he is, getting their conversation together was really boring. Now we could get progress on how the story she wants to become a teacher, you know. I was the one with the dream, running around like the cock of the walk and blabbing about my successes and aspirations. I wouldn't blame them if they hated me. Could someone that insensitive to the feelings of so many other people really become a teacher? Well, trial and error. Did I ever even have what it takes to begin with? Oh, he's back. I find him really
声を
boring.
かけられて振り向くと、そこには司くんが立っていた。いつもは廊下であっても言葉を交わすことなんてないのに、この日はごく自然に声をかけてくれた。
The conversations they had before was really boring.
すごい顔だぞ。ハンカチは？
持ってる。
じゃあ顔拭けよ。
司くんが戸惑っている空気がひしひしと伝わってきた。彼を困らせたくなかったから、私はこぼれ落ちていこうとする涙を必死に拭う。
何かあったのか？
何もないよ。
何かあったからそんなに泣いてんだろ？
これは友達とちょっと気まずくなっちゃって。
Why do I find him so boring?
でもすぐに仲直りしたから大丈夫。これはさ、そう嬉し涙みたいなものだから。
ふーん。
嬉し涙って言えばね、私推薦枠に入れることになっ。
Well, I'm not sure if I did it out of respect for Tsukasa or just because I wanted to change the subject, but I cut myself off mid-sentence. I was doing it again! What was I thinking? Knowing Tsukasa was going to hate me for being a braggart. Hell, I hated myself. I was the worst. Just the worst. But maybe I just wanted the drama.
マジか。
He was happy for me. A bit taken back. I nodded firmly. That's a good
やっ
friend.
たじゃんか。おめでとう。
This is what a friend should be. Supportive. Not jealous.
ありがとう。
お、
ありが。
だからなんで泣くんだよ。まだ推薦枠が決まったってだけで推薦入試があるんだろ？嬉し泣きするほど喜ぶにはまだ早いだろ
そうだよね。でもそうやっておめでとうって言ってもらえたからなんか嬉しくて。
たく。
ごめんね。
何が？
泣いたりしてわけわかんないよね。
そう思ってんなら早く泣きやめって。
もう大丈夫だから。
たく。
As I rubbed my swollen eyes, a smile broke through, and Tsukasa let out an exasperated sigh. Then, as if suddenly remembering something, his eyes lit up.
そうだ、シシド。ちょっと待ってろ。
Coffee Gunyu? Tsukasa ran into his class and quickly reappearing in the hall again just moments later. He was holding something.
お前にこれやるよ。
pencil? In his outstretched hand rested a short, stubby little pencil. Not of the sort of thing you'd expect someone to go out of their way to lend you. I was poked here and there with small scratches. It was poked, but it still seemed to be relatively decent shape considering how obviously well worn it was.
受験必勝鉛筆。
Ah, see.
受験必勝
His lucky pencil.
これ使うと試験に受かるんだよ。
本当に？
ああ、如月学園に受かるのは難しいって言われてた俺がこれ使って受かったんだから間違いないよ。
Ah, I see.
じゃあこれ司くんが高校入試の時に使った鉛筆なんだ。
そう、経験新たかな鉛筆だぜ。
霊言新たかね。
あ、それだ。
それじゃあ借りるね。ありがとう。
言っとくけど、貸すのは推薦入試までだからな。一般入試の時は俺が使うから返してもらう。だから推薦絶対受かれよ。
鉛筆を受け取り笑顔でうなずく。今度は司くんも笑ってくれた。
Are we done yet?
人の気持ちまで勝手に思いやって背負い込んで、悲しみまで自分のものにして。お前みたいなのが先生になれたらいいのにな。
For a moment, I had no idea what he was talking about, but then it hit me. Tsukasa had somehow sussed out from our conversation that I was crying because I'd upset Tomoe. And he was turning that fact around to offer me encouragement.
頑張れよ。負けんなよ。
頑張れって言葉は辛い時にはプレッシャーになるから言っちゃダメってよく聞く。
Oh!
私はこの優しい
Now I understand it.
私頑張るね、司くん。
お、
この日から私はどんどん司くんに惹かれていっ
I
た。
was about to say that.
彼は全然そっけなくてちっとも振り向いてはくれなかったけど。
Flutter really gave that away, actually. I can still clearly recall the events of that day, even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exam. The weather outside had been miserable since morning, and visibility was all but non-existent. It would be a bad omen if I were to slip and fall on the day before the exam, so I decided I'd wear boots to school, just to be safe.
行ってきます。
Who the When I opened the door, I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lying on the ground, soaked to the bone. Okay. I frantically rushed over to her side.
おばあさん、
Now
大丈夫
something
ですか？
interesting is happening. But I'm sorry, but I have to end it here soon.
しっかりしてください。どうしたんですか？まさかひき逃げとか？
The road running by my house was narrow and mostly used only by our neighbors. But it's not like it was closed off to the outside traffic or anything, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. I looked over at the old woman's body as best as I could. Fortunately, there was no sign of any serious injury.
よかった。事故とかじゃないみたい。
娘。
Something interesting?
はい。
今日は学校へ行ってはならん。
But her exam!
絶対に行ってはならん。
Her exam! The old woman raised herself up slightly and spoke hoarsely. From the tone of her voice, she seemed terribly desperate.
だけど、今日は面接の最後の練習があってね。
Well, it's just a practice. It's just a practice.
そういうわけにはいかないよ。面接は
Ah,
私
okay.
が一番苦手とする試験だから。
Okay.
それより、おばあちゃん、どうしたの？お家の人は？
どうしてもか。
え？
どうしても行くというのか。
うん。
ならば、せめて。
Not knowing what to say, I nodded apprehensively as the old woman began digging through her pockets. She produced what looked like to be a crumpled scrap of... She was digging around. I noticed that her breathing had become dangerously ragged and began considering my options to assist her. Really, I should have gone back into the house and called my mom. But there was something about her that kept me glued to the spot. I sensed desperation hiding in her unbroken gaze.
これを受け取りなされ。
何？
お守りじゃ。
お守り？
The old woman clutched my wrist and forcibly pressed the scrap of paper into my palm. Tilting my head, I unfolded the scrap and looked carefully at it. At first, I thought it was just being handed a piece of trash. But when I unfolded it all the way, I saw that it was actually a paper doll in the shape of a human being. There was a name written on its torso. Yui Shishu. Yes, my name, written plain in easily legible
どう
brushstrokes.
して私の名前？
お守りだからじゃ。守る対象の名を書かねば身代わりにはならんだろう。
Why has it her name on it? Crazy. It was all crazy. I didn't understand any of it, save for one simple fact. This old woman was here specifically to give me this strange paper charm. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another. She clearly knew both my name and my address.
やだ。ごめんなさい。せっかくだけど、私これいらないから。
No! You take that with you!
ない。
No. I know this is 5 years ago. As I extended my arm to return the paper doll, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body up unsteadily from the wet asphalt.
どうしてじゃ。わしが身を削って訪ねてやっているのに、なぜ誰もわしの言うことを聞かんのじゃ。
Are we supposed to know her?
受け取らぬなら絶対に天神賞に行ってはならん。
Heavenly host?
天神賞？
She knows!
そうじゃ。行くな行くな。
As the old woman cried out, the paper doll fluttered lightly to the ground. Almost instantaneously, it began to soak through with rainwater. Monet began to run and quickly turned into an illegible black smudge. Seeing this, the old woman grabbed and tore at her hair.
うわお守りが。これでもう抗う術は失われてしまった。
おばあちゃん、落ち着いて。
よいか。絶対に天神賞に行ってはならん。
I have a feeling that she might, I don't know, be one of those who were trapped in the cursed school for ages or somehow. I don't know, but managed to get out. I mean, I think she must know everything. And she must have known about Yui-sensei dying. And this is her way of rescuing her?
待って、おばあちゃん。私の学校は如月学園だよ。天神賞なんて知らない。
What? And she passed out again.
どうしたの？家の前で知らないおばあちゃんが倒れてるの。救急車呼んで。
わかったわ。
Okay. And she's gone. Paramedics arrived in a matter of minutes. The old woman seemed to be unconscious by the point. However, so EMTs brought her out a
お二人
stretcher.
はこの方の関係者ですか？
いいえ、家の前で倒れていたので救急車を呼んだんです。
そうですか。では付き添いで乗車はされませんか？
The idea of making this old woman go to the hospital by herself just seemed like it would have been a shameful thing to do. Sure, she was a stranger, but we'd had a lengthy conversation mere minutes ago before, so I couldn't very well say we had nothing to do with one another.
いい？あんたは学校行っといで。
でも、
この方にはお母さんがついていくわ。あんたは今日、面接の練習があるんでしょ？
そうだね。それじゃあお母さん、お願い。
I was a little hesitant, but I knew I was really had to go to school today, no matter what. So I left the strange woman in my mom's care, and heading towards school, walked right by her stretcher. Suddenly, a hand rose from the limp form of the old woman and grabbed my skirt. Startled, I tried to jump away, but found myself ensnared by her terrible, bloodshot eyes. Who is she? Man, that was interesting. Not like that bullshit 20 minutes ago. I mean, come on, man. Could you really waste 20 minutes on that? I mean, the previous video was more like interesting. I mean, I found that she was sick in the bed and Satoshi taking care of was cute in some way. Now we seem to be getting into this more serious story. Not very gory, but mostly story. Hey, it rhymed again! I'm gonna leave you guys with a high five. Bang!
Oh wait.
Nothing! I fell? What?
You fell through the acid.